Welcome, Aquarius. This is your weekly focus for the week of July the 22nd. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the support that you give me each and every day. Let's turn to the cards and see what they have to say for you, Aquarius. What will our week be like going forward? Okay, we'll start with the underlying card, of course, and our underlying energy is, look at that, you have the Emperor. Wow. That's all I can say is, wow, you are the diplomat this week. So you're looking at balance, definitely. You're looking about bringing in balance. You're looking at making plans for the future, strategies for the future. Your intuition is very strong, so don't go against your intuition this week. If you feel it's not right, then chances are it's not right. If you feel that it's very right on, then it's very right on. Don't second guess yourself this week. Okay? Well, let's see what else comes out with the Emperor. I'm sure he'll work his way back in again to this reading. The Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is this is like new energy. This could be a new relationship. This could be a new passion. This could be a new friendship, partnership, or you're taking the relationship to a new level. That could very well be. We have the Justice card. Well, strong cards, but everybody's had strong cards this week. The Justice card is here to tell us to cut away what no longer works. That extra baggage, that old baggage that we carry around with us. We need to let it go. We need to understand what has value in our life. But I'm kind of getting a sense of yesterday's here. I'm not really getting a sense of, you got to change a habit or a behavior. It's more of things that have happened in your past when it's come to your relationships, your partnerships, that just don't feel, it's time to let it go. It's time to forgive yourself, and maybe forgive yourself for what you did in the relationship, or forgive yourself in, well, yeah, what you did in the relationship, good, bad, ugly, indifferent. But you feel that in some way it hampered the relationship, or you did, and you didn't. Okay, I'm here to tell you that you did nothing wrong in the relationship. If you didn't have that action, then a couple of weeks down the road you would have had another action very similar to it, because there was a lesson you need to learn from it. Okay, and now looking back, you see what you should have done differently, which tells me that you have learned the lesson, that you're stronger, you're more capable of being present in your current relationship, or going in search of a new relationship during this time. It's also about commitment. So maybe you are proposing, maybe you're getting married, maybe you're moving in with each other, or you're making a commitment in a partnership of some sort to go forward in a business venture, perhaps. This could be a lover, a friend. This could be a boss. This could be somebody in the community. And we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands, we are in deep contemplation here. Now, almost everybody has got shadow work. So I thought shadow work when I saw this card. You need to clear your space. You need to look at things that, well, you don't want anyone to know about you. Really, that's shadow work. The ugly parts of ourselves that we try to push down, hide. We don't reveal. Okay. I used to be what they say about me at work. I was I was the most patient person in the world, and I was the most happiest person in the world. But I was an extremely wonderful person until I wasn't, and then all of a sudden the flip, and I don't like the flip. And I've done shadow work on the flip. So it may be something in your life where, you just need to accept that part of yourself and work at creating what you do want as part of your personality traits, of who you are, of how you present yourself, your needs, your wants, how you give. There's a whole world for you to create going forward, I believe. I believe you are at the starting point of creating a whole new world. Overriding this energy is the 10 of cups. Well, this is the happily ever after. So we just talked about you overriding, your whole world, and just creating something brand new. And here we have the happily ever after. So I'm going to think that for the majority of you, it is in relationships, but it could be working career. Yet we're not going to leave that out. It could be in both, actually. You've got the best of both worlds, maybe. I mean, the Emperor would bring something like that in, absolutely. And we have Justice sitting right in the middle. So, two important placements for cards and two very strong cards in the placement. Um, you might meet somebody new, and this could take you towards your happily ever after. It could be somebody that walks the rest of your path with you, absolutely, or really brings a beauty, a happiness, a joy to your world. So look for those moments of joy and happiness and celebrate those moments. Okay, don't wait for the grand finale. Okay, and I so often over the last couple of weeks have related that to fireworks. We hear the first bang go off, and we all look towards the sky, and oh, it's going to start soon, and prepare. And all you have to do really is stare up at the sky. So there's not much preparation, but still, you wait in anticipation, and the first one goes off, and we ooh and we ah and we clap and we shout and we scream and we take in everything, we comment about them, and it's all in those brief seconds, right? But we're celebrating each second over and over, and then the grand finale happens, right? And it just goes insane, and we cheer and we celebrate. So if you can look at the whole fireworks as your life, and then the grand finale is when you've hit that goal. Okay. But we don't sit there and go, oh, that's a good firework. Okay. I have to remember that one. Yeah, that was good. Yeah. Okay. Another one. Oh, there it is. Yep. Okay. Good, good, good. And then when the grand finale comes, that's when you go, yay, that was so great. Uh, it's about building the excitement along the way. It's about building your energy along the way. And that's what helps you to create this wonderful tomorrow for yourself. Cradling all this energy is the hermit. So the hermit is saying, stop looking backwards. Stop looking backwards. We are looking at the present moment here. We are trying to see our world going forward. And I think reality and the dream world will blur slightly so that you get this insight of what life may look like down the road if you decide to step forward into it. We all have free will. But it is about understanding the here and now, who's with you, who surrounds you, what you have to work with in order to go forward and setting some new goals and some new dreams. I think very quickly when you set those goals and dreams, you may see what is standing in your way, what obstacles are present, what limitations are there. And I get with this card, the only limitations that can possibly be are the ones that you actually put into place. So understand why you're allowing that limitation to exist in your life. What is the fear? What is the anxiety? What holds you back from pushing forward and through that limitation, erasing it from the path? As we start our week, we have the Eight of Pentacles. I love the Eight of Pentacles, okay? Uh, so here we have the yesterdays, okay? We have the archway. We've just come through it. The curtains are ready to be dropped, but there's a little light here, which means that we do have to put our focus a little bit on yesterday. But I think it's more of our accomplishments. We're not looking so much at what we need to change or work on, but we're looking at our accomplishments. We're patting ourselves on the back. We are seeing our potential. We are understanding our potential. And as we step before the new arch to go forward, we stop and we look at our work, we look at what we've accomplished, we look at the good person we are, our talents, our abilities, the unique self, and how to use those things to go forward. So I think you're raising the potential. I don't think that there's any fast way to go forward here. I think it's slow and steady wins the race, one moment at a time. There are no shortcuts, so don't look for the shortcuts. If the shortcuts appear, chances are they're faults. So be very careful if you're stepping into that shortcut. Okay, so we see our potential, we meet somebody new, or we get this this aha moment of what we can step into. At that point, before we turn and walk up that staircase towards our tomorrows, and look at that, the candles are there, the candles are here, but we're going to pass those. So maybe we have to back up just a little bit here based on that. We have to back up a little bit and walk through. We have to walk through our accomplishments. This is a very important part of your week. To sit there for 5 or 10 minutes, grab a piece of paper, write them down. What are the little things you did? What are the big things you did? Did you hold a door open for somebody? Did you pay it forward at the drive-through? Did you think somebody needed something, so you just went and did it for them without even asking them because it was just, a no nonsense kind of, of course they need it. And so you did something wonderful and beautiful. Write all those things down. It's not the big accomplishments we're looking for. We're looking for the fireworks that lead up to the encore. Okay, because you're going towards the encore, right? You're going towards the encore. As we leave the week, we have the Chariot. So by week's end, we're going to be pulling it back a little bit. We're going to be thinking, we're going to be at a crossroads. We're going to be we're trying to understand which way to go, where to put our energy, where to put our focus. We want the fog to lift. We want the sun to come out before we go fast forward. I know a lot of people read the Chariot as fast forward motion, but the traditional way to read that card is by pulling it back, by thinking it through, to make sure that we are making the right decisions. Or, by looking down that path with a clarity, with an understanding, with the knowledge, we see where the obstacles may lay in wait for us, and we could skirt them all together in that case. Or we are prepared to meet them and go through them to find the successes on the other side. As we go towards work and career, we have, oh my gosh, the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles. My goodness, that's your yes card. What are you hoping when it comes to work, when it comes to career, when it comes to moving yourself forward with your talents, your abilities, your inner expression, your creativity, your unique self? What are you asking for? Because this is the yes card. Okay, now if you come up this way, we sit there in our silence, in our solitude. We understand what we have truly to work with, and then we start to devise a plan. When we start to devise the plan and step into that plan, all of a sudden we see what is hindering us, and we are making that strong commitment at this point too. We are saying, this is going to get my focus, this is going to get my attention on a consistent basis. Somehow I'm going to work it into my life, 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, but I am going to show up each and every day. And that moves you towards the yes card, sitting next to, might I add, the happily ever after card. So these two are in combination. So yes, you get everything you want. And guess what? It brings in the happiness and the joy, long-term celebration for you. Absolutely. Um, Something about partnerships, alliances here, I would think that you have to, if you're not doing that now in your career, to start growing those alliances, growing those relationships with the people that have the power to promote you, move you forward, give you extra money for what you do, show your value, realize your value and appreciate you. When it comes to relationships, oh, the Two of Wands. So we've got another one of these. Full moon, which is where we are now. New moon, where we tend to go. And that's in our relationship. So maybe we're growing our relationship, spending more time, being more present. If you are looking for a relationship, well, we have the Two of Cups here. So yes, there's definitely a vibe here that you can find somebody to walk the rest of your path with you. Maybe it could be a very good friend coming in. It could be a business partner, but you work very closely and there's a deep love that grows there as well. It could be somebody who will be a spouse one day or move in with you, or, you have babies together, or whatever it might be. Maybe you just travel the world together. I don't know where I got the travel. I don't really see travel here, so, but you know, it came out, so it must be there. Uh, Sitting next to the Emperor, you're wise in your decisions and your choices of the relationship. I think this is a good time to understand the needs of yourself and the needs of the relationship, and kind of, understand where you start to blend together as one, but what you need personally in order to feel strong, confident, and what you feel the relationship needs to be a strong, confident relationship as well. There is a lot of energy here. You know, there's a lot of energy here on your intuition, following your intuition, being the diplomat, sitting in your strength, sitting in your confidence, sitting in your knowledge, knowing what you want to bring in, and then understanding that more than one path will awaken for you here. So yeah, there's more than one choice to be had here. And this is a time when you are going to be maybe not making decisions and making choices, rather you're making plans for the future. And I think they're very strong and definite plans. So I would write those plans down. I would create a vision board or something of your relationship, but even work and career. What do you want in your life? I mean, we do have the happily ever after here. So I can see, so here, this card, back to this card, we're summoning in something new in the relationship. We've done the work in order to invite this into. Maybe we're doing the work as we speak because the full moon, we're obviously in full moon energy still. So we may be in the process of clearing the way. So if we want a new relationship, are we ready for a new relationship? Do we have the time, the energy, the resources to invest in a relationship? And if not, how will we change our world so that there is a window of opportunity for somebody to come in and stand next to us? If we're looking at our relationship right now, and if there's problems, I think honest and open communication is very important, but not until you've had a discussion with yourself first. Okay, you want clarity, compassion, empathy to be part of that conversation, absolutely. But are you neglecting, careful on this, are you neglecting boundaries? Yeah, are you neglecting boundaries? Maybe you're allowing somebody to step over boundaries that you've put in place. And this is the time to rein back in that your own empowerment, take your power back. But are you also stepping into over somebody else's boundaries? And sometimes that's good. Sometimes people, for whatever reason in their life, I should say, will pull themselves back because of a prior experience in their life. And so you stepping over that boundary opens up the communication to allow them to heal. So maybe you are the catalyst in the healing of somebody else that you are close to this week. We'll pick one final card, and we have the Knight of Wands, which kind of puts you into no man's land. Okay, this is my no man's land. We're kind of, we've been riding this horse, we've been going our path, and the first part of it is obviously what I've talked about already, recognizing your accomplishments in the past, of where you've pushed yourself forward, of where you've gained ground, gained confidence, and I hear charisma. So I'm going to say charisma there. Maybe there's a little bit of charisma happening here. The next thing you need to do is look at what we talked about here, where you have to look at the here and now and what you have to work with, and being thankful that you have those tools available to you, that you have that path open to you. The last part before we get onto our horse and ride off into our tomorrow is that we want to ask for a straight path. We want to ask for clarity. We want to ask for connection. We want to ask for love, for protection, for knowing how to step forward, a straight line going forward. And that is when we can branch out. So I can understand why this card is here now telling us to pull back, because we have to take that moment of reflection. And it's a full reflection. It's a full reflection of our past, our present, and our future before we go forward into creating our happily ever after, before we forge a new place in making money, creating money, getting a promotion, starting a new business, bringing that business, up another level. The world is yours. The landscape is barren. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.